Hey everyone! So I wanted to make a quick video about the Interlude Quest that came with this recent patch. We got to learn a lot of things regarding Scaramouche and his attempt to erase himself from history, in which he does somewhat successfully. However, the things that happened still happened, just now different information fills in the gaps. Similar to how when Nahida erased Rukkhadevada, everyone besides the Traveler forgot about her and presumed Nahida to be the original Dendro Archon this entire time. While all of this is interesting in itself and gave us a better understanding about Irminsul, I was most intrigued by the very end of the quest when a random voice began talking to us. This scene was even more odd as it directly addressed things that happened throughout the quest, such as how changing fate can't be done by mere happenstance. It was one of the last lines the person was saying, where they said, quote, "History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion." This line was interesting because it follows the sort of believe in yourself type trope that we often see in films where protagonists show doubts in themselves or their abilities, and it's often followed by having a supporting figure uplift them and give them the confidence that they need to carry on with their journey. Though it's cliche, it makes for an inspiring plot that motivates audience members to also feel that confidence within themselves as well. However, that's not the only interpretation that can be made from this very quote. I took some time researching scriptures, articles, etc. that's related to exploring the concepts of what is seen and unseen. And surely enough, I stumbled upon a few sources that I think heavily influenced, or at the very least have a strong correlation to this quote. The first is the 1849 poem A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. It's quite a tragic yet intriguing poem that brings to light the transience and uncontrollable nature of life. Similar to Makoto's ideal of transience, human life is short and infinitely small in comparison to the rest of the world. Though there are things that we wish to hold on to and cherish forever, all things must come to an end, including ourselves. And for the poet themselves, this very thing was their relationship, as their lover even exclaims that it was all a fleeting dream which came to an abrupt end. The poet in distress questions whether or not we are in a dream that is within a dream, and tests this by trying to grasp grains of sand along the shore. Just like his relationship and with life in general, the sand seamlessly flows through his hands no matter how hard he tries to hold on to it. If one can't even harness sand that gets washed away in the waves of life, then how can one control and manage their own fate? To apply this to Devat, perhaps rather than what is unseen being the illusion, what if what we do see is the illusion? And to add on, reality would then potentially be something unseen where the human gaze is completely blind to. This would also support the voice's claim regarding fate being something that can't easily be changed at will, further hinting that we may be the ones who will be able to change fate itself. Something else that I frequently came across was from the Bible, which was 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. It reads, quote, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." It serves as a reminder that human lives are short alongside the things visible to us, and thus everything we see is transient in nature. However, what is unseen to humans is eternal, something akin to a spiritual world of sorts that lasts for an eternity. By placing faith and focus onto what is unseen, the pain and suffering humans are vulnerable to can be a bit more manageable. Now, if we take this in a literal context, this verse directly conflicts with what the voice said, as it proposes that due to the transient nature of human life, focusing on the unseen eternity allows people to be welcomed into, say, eternal paradise. On the contrary, the voice insinuates trusting in what we see from this world and to not stress about the things occurring outside of the realm of Tevat. It is likely that this person knows what is outside of Tevat, assuming they are a god of sorts, and might pull a Nahida moment where we won't be told everything at once out of concern of information overload. Now, of course, this is if we take these interpretations literally. While the voice alludes to the fact that what we see is the truth while what is unseen is an illusion, our adventure through Sumeru so far completely contradicts this very notion. If anything has been taught to us in Sumeru, it's that people can be easily manipulated due to the fact that they see the world from their lens. What may be the truth or objective reality to them isn't necessarily the actual reality. For example, the desert dwellers had always believed that Rukkhadevada betrayed them and was to blame for their exile and their king's very death. The reality was that she and the Scarlet King cooperated and had made sacrifices, including themselves, to rid of the forbidden knowledge plagued upon by the area due to the Scarlet King's depressive state caused by the Goddess of Flowers' death. The entirety of the Sabseru's festival, Samsara, was also a display of us seeing reality be altered and hidden in the form of illusions through a non-stop dreamlike state. Everyone's lives are different, and so is the way in which they observe the world. One person's reality is not the same as the other's, and we now know that being deceived is always a possibility. Therefore, automatically trusting what we see as being the truth could then mean that it shouldn't be taken in a literal sense from this voice, but rather in the context that we as a descender are the witnesses of the events that occur in Teyvat. If I remember correctly, it's what Zhongli refers to us as, acknowledging that even he and the other gods within Teyvat will fall to erosion one day while we won't. Assuming the mysterious voice is also a god, and specifically I personally believe that it's Istaroth given what we know about gods so far, quote, only that which you see is true, can mean that they trust us to carry the knowledge of Teyvat through our lens as an outsider who is likely immortal or at the very least will live for an extremely long time. And quote, what is unseen but an illusion can be the part to be taken in a literal sense to signify that our accounts will not include things that are false information or things that we have yet to witness for ourselves. Alright, thank you for watching the video, everyone. This is a little bit of a quick lore snippet quote analysis. I believe this is one of the first times that I've actually done like specifically a quote analysis instead of like an entire section or like lore tidbit or anything like that. So definitely let me know how you felt about this analysis, just focusing on a quote, you know, focusing more on literary interpretations and all of that. I personally had a little bit of fun with doing it. And yeah, so again, just let me know down in the comments if you also enjoyed it and also what you personally think about this. Do you think that what they actually mean is actually contradictory to what they literally say? Or do you think that they're being more straightforward with what they're trying to say to the traveler? And also before I end the video, I want to say happy holidays, as Christmas time and other holidays have either already started or are approaching. So again, happy holidays and hope you have a good time. And also, I may not post another video until after New Year's, or maybe not. I'm not sure. But if I don't, then in advance, Happy New Year's as well. And again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.